We've just stopped Mark Thomas as he was walking past. Mark, you've lived here many, many years. This must have been a terrifying thing to wake up to.
Well, I was already awake. I was coming back from Medjugorje Road, got to Portobello, met my friend at 1:15. I got to Portobello Road at about 20 past 1. I looked up, all I could see was smoke. Flames was blaring. I couldn't tell whether I knew it was one of the two high-rise. I couldn't tell whether it was Winstable or Grenville. By the time I got to Ladbroke Grove, alongside the flyover, realised it was Grenville. Said, oh my God, came running down Lancaster Road. I got to this point and I just watched that fire climb up the left-hand side of the building, like as if it was crawling up on, like as if it was paper. The way it flew up, it was terrifying. And then I realised it was the panelling that they had been stuck. They'd been put in the last bit of work that they did. It was the panelling they put on the outside to make the estate look good. Yeah. So when I got to this point, it wasn't blocked off. But my first instinct was to, because I live on this estate, because around the Grenville is the old Lancaster West, and this is the new Lancaster West. So my first instinct was to go straight through my estate, in which I was shouting out continuously, Grenville Towers is on fire. I basically woke up the whole estate, and then everyone said, oh, okay, oh my God, because they got family, cousins living over there. Everyone started coming out, and they asked me to go around the whole estate. When I did, I came out the entrance there, where it was blocked off, and the main problem was because on this side of the building, that's where the staircases are. So because I know how the building is, I know that there's no way they could get down the stairs because the stairs was on fire.
Did you know anyone who lives there?
I know everybody around this estate for over 45 years, and I dread to see the pictures of people because white, black, pink, yellow, brown, I guarantee there'll be over 20 people that I know well.
And you helped the fire brigade as well when they first arrived?
When I got to this point, I said, that's it, I've got to help. So I grabbed a Santander bike, surrounded the perimeter, got round to Latimer train station, in which by that time must have been about 20 to 1. Fire brigade was attempting to get their water hoses down to the estate, but it seemed like the problem was they couldn't get any water from the actual around the building. They had to get the water from Latimer Road, which is like there's a slope that leads to the building. It's about 200 meters, and the fire brigade, bless them, they was knackered. They was walking with these big reels, yeah, and he was carrying them. I slipped past the police. I said, look, I've got energy, use my energy. I said, where do you want it? He says, we need it by that fire station. So I ran down, took one, ran it down, took another one, ran it down, took another one, ran it down, and then they rolled them out, and then after about 15 minutes, bam, got the pipe, and the water started to flow, so they could get the water, you know, and...
Well, Mark, it was great that you were there on hand to do that, and we're hearing so many stories of local residents helping out. Basically,
from what I can visualise, because the fire ripped on this side, but if I was to speculate, obviously those who made it out of their house would have realised they can't get through the stairs, but the back end, there was no fire. So everyone must have ran to their neighbour's house, and they was all patiently waiting, because when we got to Latimer, we're looking on the right-hand side of the building, you could see all the people. But the fire worked its way up on the side in an angle. When it reached to the top, it just got onto the cladding and came steaming down. So I'm pretty sure that most people that they find passed away in that building is going to be on the right-hand side of the building. But it must have took about an hour for it to get from top to bottom.
I think that's what we're hearing from so many people, that it just licked up the building. The flames just took hold so quickly.
Those panellings, it was chewing up the panellings like there was paper. That was what it was feeding off of. And also, like you could tell it was like the insulation, the foam. That was giving it the constant, all the smoke and the fire. You can see it spitting out. Terrible. And it got to the point where mothers were throwing their babies out of the windows, man.
Is that something you actually saw?
I didn't visualize it. Some guy